Good evening, everybody. Zara from PWN. How is everybody? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Oh, picture looks good. Well, I know that I can be seen. Yeah, good. As you can see this evening, I have some guests with me. We have Glenn from NNPI.
Hello.
And we have Miss Kathy Cook.
Hi, everybody.
And we have Miss Joanne.
Hi everybody.
Did we subconsciously colour coordinate or something?
Yeah.
What colour you got on, Kathy?
I think so. It's a psychic thing.
Have you got a white t-shirt on, Glenn?
No, I've got a burgundy and black checkered shirt.
Oh, all right then, dear.
Oh.
Who's Richard?
Many years. You can hear that keyboard going bum, 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 bum every time.
I use the other one, or I use my iPad instead then.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, many, many years ago, when people used to go on the radio, they used to dress up in top hats and bow ties and pretty dresses, the women. You know, they had this thing that they thought everybody could see them when they was on the radio, but obviously they couldn't. They used to dress up really posh.
Okay.
Just to talk on the radio, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Mind you, I think I would have done the same anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to see who's in the room. Say hello.
Yeah, I'm just going into chat myself now.
Okay, I know that we had Dag in earlier before the stream started, so if you're watching Dag, hello. We have Paradaughter Kirsty, Unicorn 3. Divided Senses Dave. Miss Mags, Paranormal People.
Hey.
Let me see, who else have we got? Irish Whiskey Paranormal Greg. Hi, Greg. I think Greg's driving. Oh, he's driving to work. All right, okay. We've got Voices from Beyond Richard.
Hi, Richard.
We've got Mr. Wes.
Hi, Wes.
Didn't realise you changed your channel name, Wes. We have other Richard, Mr. Richspirit. Miss Clare, Jackie M, Marajay, Miss Tara Belle, Rich Bedford. Oh, I don't know you, Rich. Hi, welcome to the stream. Hi, Stephen. Miss Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Hope everybody's having a good Friday evening or afternoon, wherever it may be, or middle of the night. Right, I have literally no plan this evening, guys, so this is going to be very ad-lib, apart from one thing, but that's later on. So if you want to know what that is, you're going to have to stay around. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually going to put Glenn in it now. Glenn has got birthday today.
Woohoo!
21 again, guys. 21 again. It's the same every year.
So, happy birthday to you, my dear.
Thank God you didn't sing happy birthday to me.
Nah. No, I won't embarrass myself.
I'm not that lucky.
Hi, Charmy. Oh, Claire, happy 60th.
Ooh, stinger, Claire.
Oh, dear. Right. So, what I thought, I've just had a thought. I'm not going to drop you straight in it yet, Joanne. I'll ease you in a little bit gently before I ask you fire a couple of questions at you.
Okay.
Rich Bedford, this is my first time here. Okay, welcome. Nice to see you, Richard. Feel free to have an answer with everybody within the chat. They're all really, really great guys. Some of them are a bit doolally, but we love them all dearly. Hey, Stevo.
Hey, Stevo.
Oh,
Thanks, Steve. Thanks,
right,
Stevo.
Roger. Yeah, what I thought I wanted to start with is Glenn actually gave me the idea, as he gives me the majority of my ideas. Is I thought that we might have a little bit of a talk about the spirit box.
Yeah.
And I know that you're not a user, Joanne, but if you want to add to it as sort of a spectator point of view, feel free to jump in at any time. Hi, Sylvia. They're all coming in now. Just sit here for 5 minutes, I think. Yeah, so no, what I wanted to say, I know for me, I've got multiple boxes. I know Glenn's got multiple boxes. I know you've got multiple boxes, Kathy. Is there one that either of you have a preference for using and what that reason would be? And guys, if you've got any questions in chat, feel free to put them in there because I am looking at the same time as well. So I don't know who wants to go first.
Kathy.
Oh, hi. You know what? I think I like my Timex the best, and the reason is because I feel like it gets multiple layers of responses. Like you can hear like a really pretty prominent response, and then you can hear a semi-prominent response, and then you can hear a whisper. It just seems like I get a lot more responses with that versus my PSB7, let's say. I mean, I don't know if it's the same with you, Glenn, but that's just my interpretation of it.
Yeah, I didn't really take much notice of the Timex, Kathy, until I actually started annotating some of your sessions.
Yeah.
And, you know, listening to it, you know, straight away I thought, you know something, the sweep just sounds so smooth. It just sounds so beautiful. And it's got all those little attributes to it, you know, like the harmonics and just, you know, it's just a really, really well made and put together you know, radio. And for such a small radio, it's a really heavy little you know, lump. And I've actually hacked one of them. So I do know actually how it looks inside, and you know it's got a really, really good Cybernet chassis circuit board in it, which is actually a sign of quality. So yeah, the Timex, it's a beautiful sounding spirit box. Like you say, it gets those multiple layers. Like the radio that I actually hear 3 or more layers that come through in one go is probably the 587.
Oh yeah, I don't have one of those.
And it sounds a lot like the 587.
Oh, cool.
It's just a tiny little bit faster on the sweep.
I find it a lot faster on the sweep, the Timex to the 587. It reminds me sort of the same speed as like the
589 as well. That's a nice sounding box.
The 125. It's sort of the speed of it is. It seems to me it's more or less sort of on that level.
Yeah. There's not much. There's not much between them.
I don't know how you find that, Joanne, because obviously where you listen a lot. Noticing the different sweep speeds between the different radios.
Yeah, I find that I like the Timex because you do get a lot of words coming through very clearly. I like is it Holy Grail you call it, Zara?
587.
Yeah, that's really good as well. The Roberts one, I find it's quite noisy and it can be a lot of a lot of noise, a lot of white noise in it, far too much sometimes for the earbuds. But I prefer the Timex. It's really good. I like that one. Usually pick up a lot of things, and I like to go over streams later on once they're live. I like to listen again, and I put in what I think. I enjoy that.
Oh no, yes, I bet I've heard that you do enjoy doing that.
I really think Joanne. I've said to Joanne, I'll send her a spirit box.
I think Joanne would be pretty good at it.
Yeah,
but mind you, saying that though, actually from going into streams, and actually taking part in the stream and listening to it then, and actually having a physical radio in front of you listening is from my experience completely different thing.
Yeah,
it's different.
I mean, Richard in chat has just said he finds the Timex quiet, but again, I think it depends on positioning, and obviously, with how many radio stations you have around you as well.
Right.
I think for me, sort of for listening stream wise, I actually really enjoy the Timex to listen to.
Yeah.
Your Timex, Kathy, it just blow. It just some of the replies you get on yours, it just blows the water out of anything I get.
Yeah, she knows that too. Look at her face. It's like when she says, "Is my grandmother here?" and it came back and it says, "I am," and the smile that lit up on Kathy's face, it was just unreal.
That was pretty cool, actually.
That was an amazing reply, and you could tell as well that it wasn't a connected reply. It wasn't part of a sentence, like a broadcaster was saying. It was a standalone. I am. It wasn't connected.
Another reply I got on there that really blew me away too, and I don't know if it was the same. I don't think it was the actual same session, but my dad's actual voice saying, "Tell Mike I love him." That's my brother Mike. It was clear as day.
Wow.
Yeah, I cried when I heard that. Amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, it really was.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's very touching.
Yeah, I find with a lot of your sessions, Kathy, because obviously I talk to you a lot. So I do know a lot of your friends and especially family names, and to me, you're actually quite unique amongst spirit box practitioners, because you get an awful lot that is derived from your family. The connection you've got with family that's passed is more so on some of the on your sessions than I've seen on most of anybody else's.
Yeah, I mainly try to talk to family though. I don't really try to reach out to anybody else except for family and sometimes friends, because that's basically why I got into the paranormal. When my mom got sick and was dying, I really wanted to, develop because I'd seen things before, when I was younger, but I really wanted to learn so I could talk to her when she left, and it happened. So it's very cool.
Yeah, I can remember. Don't even remember which box I was using now. One of you will probably remember. Is okay. It wasn't a family member. It was a live stream, and it was the way things happened. I know you felt this, Joanne, with when Ellie Mae came in last year.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was amazing. That was amazing.
That was an incredible session. That was.
Yeah, and it was. Well, I got emotional, and
yeah,
it's hard for me to sort of that side to affect me, but I think for some reason, that night, that in particular day, everything was just right, and it was supposed to be.
I'll tell you what amazed me about that about that session, Zara, was across the entire suite, without a single break, you know, because obviously, it was a hack shack, and it's chopping the frequency up, and it was consistent angels singing all the way through.
Oh, wow.
From one end of the suite to the other, it was just angels singing, and you know, everybody in the chat was just like, wow, and the chat just went quiet, like everybody was like just listening to like these angels singing, and it was just,
wow.
you know, for that to come across, it just doesn't happen that way.
No, well, it even continued, because I remember I had to start the stream again because my iPad crashed.
Yeah.
And even then, when it carried on for about a good, 10, maybe 15 minutes, it actually carried on like that.
Yeah.
I was actually in tears watching that, and being a part of it. It was just so peaceful. It was lovely, and I think you got confirmation, Zara, of the nickname as well. Did you get?
Yeah, there was what it was that there was a specific word given as a code word.
Yes.
And yeah, as it was. So whether it was read in chat and it happened that way, I don't know. But it was, when that code word came through, it's even now when I go to think back on that, I can't even remember what I used. I think I was using the 587, wasn't I?
Yeah.
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 My favorite box, one of them anyway. It was, it's something that I most definitely won't forget.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
for a start, you know, you had confirmation of, of that code word, which was exceptional in itself. But, you know, the feelings that session gave off and the way it made people feel was just incredible. That was just one of the most awesome sessions just to listen to for anybody, you know, that was, you know, there at that time. You know, as I say, the chat went quiet. People were just basically like awestruck, you know, and just to hear those angels consistently across one end of the suite to the other was just incredible. I've never heard that before on any session, and
wow.
it just shouldn't happen.
No, it was.
And the angels singing, it was just so beautiful.
Well, Kirsty's just put in the chat, the angel singing happens in a few sessions following that session. So I'm sure, Glenn, am I right?
Yeah, you are right.
I think it was, but I just find it really amazing from the sort of the different types of boxes, the different types of communication that you get. It's like my 587. Okay, everyone knows that, or the Holy Grail, Hack Shack 12587 is known as the Holy Grail of hacked radios. Also known as the Devil's Box for obvious reasons. It can go very dark. I've had mine 2 years. I think it'd be 3. Yeah.
About 2 years, 2.5 years now.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 years. And I would say 2 years of that, I had really nothing extremely dark coming through until that one stream before I took my break.
Yeah, when those those really loud whispers came through.
Yeah, but I think from what I can remember you saying, it was slowly building up.
Yeah, you know, because like I listen to a lot of people's sessions. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm really quite nosy, because when people put sessions up, I watch all of them and as many of them as I can. And for people that don't actually annotate, I can hear like the replies that they're missing, and that's why a lot of the time I do ask people if I can annotate for them, because they're not actually hearing what, you know, the answers until you point them out. And then it's like, wow, you know, I didn't actually realise that I had so much in there. You know, that's why my channel's basically full of other people's sessions, because I just can't get enough of, you know, listen. You just never know what's going to come through.
That's true. Well, I think the classic example of something like that, of what coming through, is Riley's PSB7. With
the Devil's Angel reply.
Yeah.
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 Well, Riley gets demons, devils consistently, you know, in a cemetery most of the time as well. So, you know, and it's not like any if buts or maybes, or could it have been, you know, these words are definitely being, you know, spoken. You know, I for the life of me, I cannot understand why, you know, that happens. Is it a reflection on what you expect or want to come through the box? You know, because I always say there's like a conscious, you know, there's like a conscious link of how your mind thinks. You know, it's like, you know, Riley says, you know, he likes to hear swear words come through, you know, which is fine, you know. But the thing is, it's, you know, he does get those like "see you next Tuesday" words consistently coming through, and they tell him is that as well, you know. And you know, and he actually laps it up and loves it, because it is actually confirmation that, you know, they don't swear on the radio. So it is really like really good confirmation that whatever like these voices are, whether you know, people think that, you know, all, you know, a lot of them are demons and demonics all the time. Some people firmly believe that. Some people believe that there's good and bad. You know, some people believe that they're aliens, or you know, or whatever these voices are. It, you know, it really does show like intelligence.
Yeah,
and
it's like sorry.
Yeah, go on, Joanne.
I was going to say, it's like they attach to what sort of mood you're actually in, or your frame of mind. I think if you're in a good high, you'll get maybe good responses, nice responses. But if you're down or you're depressed, I think you're more likely to get the darker stuff.
Yeah,
am I right?
Yeah, I think you are right. Again, it's, you know, I think it's how your conscious thoughts are at that time. You know, I did actually write up a little bit about that in my last Research in the Spirit Box, you know, video that I put up about, you know, also about the by association thing as well. You know,
mind you, saying that though, it's I can remember one of my streams that I did. Kirsty, you'll remember this. You'll remember this, Glenn. I think you might also too, Joanne. When I had the setup in my kitchen, and I was using the Sanjian, and I left it running, and I went to bed, and the swear words and the profanity that was coming from it, oh my God.
Was that the one where me and Kirsty Unicorn 3 we stayed up at night, didn't we, while you went to bed when you left the Sanjian running?
Yeah, and then I forgot to plug my iPad back in, and it just went dark.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, the profanities, the disgusting, like, sexual innuendos that actually came through. But I have to say, Zara, again, like, the traits of particular spirit boxes are very similar, because if I use, like, okay, so you've got your Sanjian, and, you know, and you get that, you know, those profanities through, and you know, sometimes it can be really dark, and I also get the same on my Sanjian. So is it a trait, you know, solely, you know, to the Sanjian that it does that?
Well, this is it. Where it's also going with another box that seems to have that I don't really have with any of my others, but I just have it with this one in particular box, is my Memorex.
Yeah, you get a lot of EVPs.
Yeah, it just gets even before I turn the thing on, I just have to sit it there, and the sort of EVPs start coming. It's really strange how, for me anyway, even now after a couple of years, it's so strange to me that it's almost as if these boxes have different personalities of their own, if you know what I mean. They're just so different. Yeah,
they certainly have their own, you know, traits. That's, you know, 100% guaranteed. You know, it's like, you know, the 587 is a really good box for like direct replies. But again, it's got that versatility where it can become very, very dark. For instance, when I was going through the issues that I had with, you know, my foot, you know, and the thing I find about the 587 is by association with other people that you talk to who use, you know, spirit boxes too, you get that verification from them. Like in one of my videos, they specifically said, fell in the shower. Well, I fell in the shower. And then they said, like, you know, my left foot. And then Kathy did a session where she had me on her mind. So you've got that conscious link from Kathy to me, you know, 4,500 miles away. And Kathy on her spirit box session also gets my left foot. Like, and this is why I always say, like, what are the chances of that happening? When does it surpass coincidence? When, you know, when does it surpass pareidolia? When the same things with the same voices are saying the same thing on different people's spirit boxes? You know, and I find that absolutely incredible.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You must come across that as well, Joanne, because where you go into different streams, because I know that you go everywhere.
I do. I get around.
You do get around. You must actually see that quite a bit, sort of between boxes, and if there's any similarities, especially if it's like what Glenn was saying, you know, with association, if two people do have that connection sort of within like social media or away from social media, that you'll actually see that coming through within that from their own stuff that they do.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the same for like Max. She sat on one of my streams one time, and I was just getting Peter consistent there. And then Max was, you know, I was talking to Max privately, and she was, you know, because I don't know if Max wants to say in chat who Peter is, but straight away, Max is also getting this Peter, and it seems as though this Peter cannot speak for himself. It's like he's got something attached to him that speaks on his behalf. It's like his voice is suppressed, and they'll say little things that state that he's not talking, it's somebody that's talking for him, and they'll give you hints like Two-Face or, you know, things that connect. And Max gets that in, you know, on her box, and I get it on my box. Now, is that again by association, you know, of me and Max knowing each other and that conscious link that we've got? You know, again, when does it become more than coincidence?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a session. Kathy jumped into one of my Sunday afternoon sessions, and I've actually guesstimated on counting through. I've not annotated it yet, but Kathy came in to my session, and the spirit box wouldn't shut up saying Kathy.
I remember that.
Yeah, every few seconds,
I remember.
It was Kathy, Kathy, Kathy. And then Kathy says, well, okay, guys, you know, I'm busy today, sort of thing. I've got to go. As soon as Kathy went, nothing.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy. Glenn, do you want to answer Katie? Because I think that's probably one that you can answer better.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, bias as a variable. Again, Kate, I think when we ask specific questions and get specific replies consistent there, I think bias kind of like drops away. Again, it's a game of averages. You know, you have to, you know, for a start, okay, when you're putting in variables, what you've got to understand is when you start a session, you basically got to have it in your head, like where you're going to go with it. So you always lead a session. You never follow a word, because from following a word that's spoken on the radio, that can be misconstrued and like leading a false narrative because it's the box that's talking first and not you. So if you're asking a question and then you're getting a direct reply, I think that's where the bias tends to like drop away. You know, so what you're basically doing, and when I try to annotate anybody's session, there's a lot of words that are said across the suite. The words you're specifically looking for are the direct replies that you're expecting to get. So the more direct replies you get from your direct question, the bias has to take second seat sort of thing, because if you're asking and then getting that reply, then, you know, how much is that proof that you're actually conversing with these voices? You know, when it's consistent and you're doing it repeatedly again and again, I think that's when, you know, you have to discount pareidolia and you have to discount, you know, the bias. So, you know, you're looking to ask a question and then get a correct direct reply. And I think when you're using when you take all the variables in context and the questions in context, I think that's when, you know, it's still not 100% proof that, you know, we're talking to these voices, but it's towards showing proof that there is something intelligent that's answering us back.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
You know, because it's not, you know, to try and convince anybody of, you know, the validity of the spirit box, it's really difficult. You know, again, in the last video that I put up, I did actually go into detail and explain, you know, why, you know, certain things happen. You know, when does it go beyond coincidence? When does the bias, you know, start to cease? You know, when does it go beyond coincidence and pareidolia? You know, and these are all factors that you do have to factor in. You know, because are we just lucky that we get direct replies? You know, or a lot of the time, you know, I rely on those audio fragments being manipulated. And when that occurs, such as, you know, I made 2 examples in that last video I put up. One was from Zara's, where she was doing a stream, and Dave, Crimson Angel, is now, is it devoid?
Senses.
What is it?
Devoided senses.
Devoided senses paranormal. He's in chat anyway. So okay, right. So Dave asked Zara to present a question to the spirit box, and the question was, which town is David near? And it came out, and you've got to understand that David is on the south coast of England, and Zara is in Bavaria, Germany. So another factor that has to be taken into consideration is Zara is listening to a spirit box in Germany where she has German voices coming over the spirit box. So the question was presented, and Zara asked the spirit box, which town is Dave near? And it came over and it said clearly Peacehaven. And that was 100% correct. Now, what you've got to ask yourself is, what are the chances at that exact moment when Zara asked that question for it to come over and say Peacehaven? You know, the chances are slim to non-existent that word was going to be said. But not only that, it was actually spirit manipulation of the audio fragments, and not, you know, and the word was created from the audio fragments. Because it was, you know, it was connected. If you understand how the fragments connect, then, you know, when the word Peacehaven was said, you could tell that it wasn't, you know, a DJ or somebody reading the news or anything like that. So again, for it to come over in English, the word peace haven in Bavaria, Germany, you know, again, when does it surpass like coincidence or pareidolia? And then again, the second clip that I presented in my video was Riley's Devil's Angel. So and it's, you know, again, it has to be put into context. So Riley didn't ask, who are you? He asked, what are you? And the answer very clearly and crystal clear and very loud came through, Devil's Angel. So again, you know, it's, for me, it's not pareidolia, because it's two words. It's, you know, Devil's Angel. You don't hear the words Devil's Angel come over the radio anyway. And because of, again, the sound that is created when whatever this intelligence is, when they speak those words, it has a particular tone and ring to it that you know that it's been constructed by the audio fragment, so it has its own particular sound. So the word peace haven and the words Devil's Angels were a creation of the audio fragments being manipulated. You know, so you've got to weigh up, again, when you're presenting questions to the spirit box, you know, you've basically got to ask a direct question in context and then receive a direct reply that's an intelligent direct reply. And I think as well, Kater, that takes away the bias, you know, that is created, you know, either for or against whatever direct replies we get. You know, another example was I had Michael's spirit. I was doing a live. I had Michael's spirit, and he had a friend with him, and he's been trying to convince his friend Jake, you know, the validity of the spirit box. So, you know, Michael's spirit said to me, "Can you get them to say my name?" And the video's up there for anybody to listen to. And I asked the spirit box, "Can you say Michael's spirit?" And straight away it came back and it said Michael's spirit. And then it said it again afterwards and again afterwards. So, you know, for or against bias, you know, to me, that is validation that, you know, something is occurring. So Michael said, I said to Michael, "What's your friend's name?" And he said his name is Jake. So I said, "Well, okay, then let's go for Jake." So again, you know, I concentrated. I said to the spirit box, "Can you say the name Jake?" Now, there was quite a few people in there watching it, and the name Jake was said, but it was said pretty quiet, but very, very clear. And people in the chat were saying, "Oh, it's already said Jake. It said Jake." You know, and it did say Jake 3 or 4 times, but for me, it wasn't enough. So, you know, I said, "Spirits, can you please say the name Jake very loudly, very clearly?" And it screamed out the 587, "Jake, Jake," really, really loud. So, yeah, so for me, that is like 100%, you know, a direct reply. When you ask and you get that straight away in that clarity, you know, and everybody was just blown away by that. Yeah, and it's like Kathy's question when she posed about her grandmother, you know, "Are you here?" And it came through and it said, "I am." So clear, concise, you know, so, you know, and because you've got that feeling, that instinct within yourself, you know that that voice is talking directly to you. You can feel it, like you can feel that conversation when you're having it with somebody that's right in front of you. You know it's real.
Yeah.
It's like that stream you did on Sunday night, Glenn. I love the way the spirits can acknowledge people when they come into chat. Like, Jackie came in and the spirits were, they were saying Jackie and naughty Jackie.
Yeah.
But they were acknowledging that she's turned up into chat. I thought that was amazing. I really thought that was great.
Yeah, and because she was, having a little bit of banter about Sanjay's balls, they were saying like naughty Jackie.
Yeah.
That's true.
You just, at the end of the day, you've just got to weigh it up, but the more, you concentrate to get those replies, they will come. That there is a connection there, again, in the video that I put up, researching the spirit box, the last one, I was talking about this where, it's a proven fact that the brain is a transmitter and it can transmit between 10 and 100 cycles per second, a wave of energy. So you're drawing in like from the consciousness around you, you're drawing it into your brain, and then your brain is, as you talk and you direct your voice to the spirit box. What you've got to understand is it's a radio, it's a receiver. So is something talking to us, listening to us?
True. Who's to know?
Your brain does create, that wave. It's a proven fact. So when you really concentrate on a spirit box session, most of the time when I'm actually doing a live, my eyes are closed and I'm forcing it towards the spirit box, that energy, and again, the radio is a receiver, something to get some of these replies that we're getting. It's like the other night, again, on Sunday night, when I turned the torch on and a voice said, power on.
Yeah.
And there was another one as well where I said, spirits, are you here with me now? And it said, people are here.
Well, I think one of my turkey session from last year is sort of another great example of, and this is actually something I would really love to see, is if you've got access to non-English speaking radio, is to do a session and to see what English direct replies that you get through. I really would love to see that a little bit more, because it also adds to, okay, Joanne, it also adds to the mountain of evidence that is already there. Okay, we've got it all in English. Now, let's play around with different languages. It's like Turkey has very, very, very little English spoken on their radios. And to get what I did when I was out there last year, which was a brilliant confirmation in my eyes, there's a lot of English that came through. And the very brief session that I did this year, but actually at a site in Turkey, and then doing a focus session when I came back, again, sort of in yet another language, and some of those answers correlating to previous sessions that I've done. I think that it's sort of, I think it's actually a good thing to experiment with.
It is, yeah. But I think you've proven that more than once, Zara, where because you are in Germany, it's, another trait of the spirit box is these voices that we get these replies from answer us in our mother tongue. So you're an English lady living in Germany, and the voices speak to you in English. Like when you went to Turkey, it's all it's a mainly Muslim country. The radio over there is non-English speaking, yet your replies again are in English because they answer you in English. Now what you've got to ask yourself is, how is that possible and what is actually occurring here?
True.
You know, are those fragments being manipulated in such a way that they will only, you know, speak to you in English? You know, and another thing, when, what was your friend's name that was in Turkey? Zenit. Okay, so you asked Zenit to speak to the spirit box and ask a question in Turkish, and she got Turkish replies back, and she was blown away.
She did.
So she speaks Turkish, and she got replies, you know, that way. Whereas you're in Turkey, you're English, and you're getting English replies.
That's true.
In the same session as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, in the same session. I've got this question here from MCAT. She went, okay, here's a question. If the mind is sending a waveform, are some replies on a box from living people?
Yeah, I believe that some are, yeah. Personally, I believe some are, yeah.
And Max was saying that she's tried, where is it? I've done language experiments. I've asked them questions in loads of languages, even Mandarin. They answered me in English.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think it'd actually be good to try it the other way around. I'm not sticking my fingers up. I'm just going. It's like, I know with, I think Dave's manual tune, it can, he had Spanish or something coming through, and he had switched it back to English. And I think it'd actually be really interesting to leave it on that Spanish, and just to see what actually comes through, what direct replies actually come back.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that, Catherine? What we've been saying?
Well, I was just thinking about my own experiences, because I do primarily try to talk to family, and I do a lot of personal sessions, and they tell me things about like my siblings or my extended family that's actually going on at the time, and they'll like give me advice or make a comment about that person. So I'm just like blown away. Another thing that happened was I was getting ready to have that surgery I had in March, and this evil bad guy came on and said, "You're gonna die." And he said it just like that. And then about a minute later, my dad's voice came on, and I think I might have sent it to you, Glenn. He said, "Don't worry, Kath, you'll be fine."
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, that just doesn't happen like out of the blue. It just that's not a coincidence. That's real spirit communication.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
What would you think of that, Joanne? You know, if people, if they were able to experiment more with foreign radio and seeing what direct replies they would get through, like in English.
Yeah, I find that pretty amazing when you use your radios, Zara, because you get a lot of English answers, and I think the spirits are trying to connect with yourself because you speak in the English language, but also we're speaking. I don't know if they can read chat. I don't know, but we're all there. We're all English, and the spirits are trying to come through to us to speak with us in a way that we'll understand.
Yeah.
And when you're in a different country and getting English, it's just, I can't explain it. I just can't explain it.
It is fascinating when you look at it. Yeah. It's fascinating with the spirit box anyway, when you actually really delve deeper into it with the line of convergence and the sweep rate and you know, and just the timing of everything, sort of weather. If you're buffering, Richard, refresh. Hang on, let me just write this in. I've not had it come up yet on mine. I just think it's you know, you can talk so deep when it comes to using the spirit box because of all the different factors that come into play with regards to that. I just find it fascinating.
Yeah. Me too.
I really do. I really do. What I'm going to do, I am going to take a little break, but I've actually been told to play something. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to, how can I do this? Right. Hopefully it works. No, I want this, please. Right. And all I'm going to say is enjoy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Can you hear this?
Hello, Glenn, Jane here. Wishing you a happy birthday. Might not be able to see it because of the sunglasses, but there's your happy birthday wink. Have a good one, mate, and hope you enjoy it.
Glenn, put yourself on mute.
Wowie, wowie, quiet. Glenn's having a birthday. Happy birthday, Glenn. Hope you have a great year. Hi, Glenn. Happy birthday. Hi, Glenn. Happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you realize how all your hard work is really appreciated. Hope you have a fantastic day.
Happy birthday, Glenn. It's Cynthia from Purgatory Paranormal. I hope it's a good one.
Hi, Glenn. Happy birthday. Hope you have a good day. Hi, Glenn. Happy birthday. Hope you have a real good time. Love you. Bye.
There you go. Just to say happy birthday. I hope you have a really good one. See ya.
Hey, happy birthday, Glenn. Happy birthday, buddy.
Glenn, have a wonderful, blessed, happy birthday. Thank you for everything that you've done. You've helped me out a whole lot with your research on the paranormal field. You have a blessed day, hon, and I'm glad to call you my friend.
Happy birthday to you. Beezle's bonus things like you. Happy birthday, dear Glenn. Happy birthday to you. Love ya. I don't believe me paranormal. I hear wish Glenn Miller a happy birthday. Many returns. You never know where he'll be, where he's at, or what he's doing. You'll know by the crows and the ravens. Hey, buddy, I hear it's your birthday. You have a really good day, my friend Glenn. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Glenn. Happy birthday to you. All the best from me and Alfie. Take care. Bye.
I'd like to wish a great friend of mine happy birthday. Happy birthday, Glenn. Remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Kind of leaves you open. Alright. If you can't be good, be careful. Love you, bro.
Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden move. You don't know the half of the abuse. just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. Hope it's an amazing day for you, and thank you for all that you do in our community. We love you. Have an amazingly magical day. Take care. From all of us at the Paranormal Portal. Birthday to you. You live in a zoo. You smell like a monkey. And you look like one too. Hello, I'm Dan here from Elemental Encounters. We just want to say a very big happy birthday to Glenn from North Nottingham Paranormal. So happy birthday to you, and I hope you're enjoying your Sanjay's balls on your birthday. Happy birthday to Glenn. I think you are a wonderful, what's that say? Person. And I think that you have a heart of gold. I'm not reading this. You're reading it. No, this is bullshit, man. I'll release the news. News! Oh, happy birthday. When did you get it? Oh, gold. Heart of gold. Because you go through all of Mr. Magnitude shitty sessions and grab the word demon. I'm not doing this. This is crap. Yes, you are releasing the news. 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 Yeah, news. It doesn't. What are you gonna see? A donut? Brilliant. Now, thank you, Magnitude. I'm out of this bullshit. Well, I did try. I mean, you know. Happy birthday, Glenn. All the best, mate.
Hey, Glenn. I'm out doing errands with my daughter today, but I wanted to not miss the opportunity to tell you happy birthday. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that this year is your best year ever. Talk to you soon.
All the way from America. Happy birthday, Joanne. This is Time Lord.
Hello, Glenn. This is Bloody Mary, and a couple of my most beautiful dolls wanted to get in on the celebration and wanted to also wish you a happy birthday. Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, it's recording actually. Okay, good. All right, there we go. Glenn. Okay, Glenn. Yes. This is from Studio Owlsmere. This is a famous studio in the Netherlands, and this is a famous actress. Hello, Glenn. This is with MV Peru, and it's your birthday, so a happy birthday kisses from me. Mwah. And from me, of course. Have a very good birthday, mate. Yeah, enjoy.
This is Tara. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I want to thank you for everything that you've put out for us and hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.
Happy birthday to you. I won't sing, but happy birthday, Glenn. Have a great day.
Hello, Glenn. This is Brian, wishing you a very happy birthday. What's up, Glenn? Happy birthday, bro. What's me?
Glenn, it's Richard. Have a totally awesome birthday, mate. Eat well, drink lots, and be merry.
Hey, Glenn, this is John from HSFL Paranormal. I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope you get everything that you wanted and much more. Take care and have a good one.
Hi Glenn, it's Richspirit here, and I just want to wish you a massive happy birthday. And I hope you get a nice little birthday message from the spirits too. That would be cool. Have a good one, mate.
Hello, Glenn. I couldn't say goodbye.
Well, by God, I'm supposed to be wishing someone a happy birthday. I forgot that person's name. What's his name? What? Tim. Tony. Larry? Glenn. Oh. Well, to Glenn, I just want to go ahead and wish you a happy birthday. I hope that you have many more happy birthdays to come. I'm supposed to sing a song for you, so I'll do the best I can. I haven't sung a happy birthday song in many years. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. You think that's okay? You think it was Glenn, right? Are you sure it was Glenn or not? You gotta tell me. I don't want to do this darn video all over again.
Someone's told me there's a birthday going on, and it's Glenn at North Nottingham Paranormal Investigators. Hey, Glenn, you always brighten up any room, and I hope you have an awesome birthday from Greenbaywacky. Happy birthday.
Hi Glenn, happy birthday. Hope you've been having a great day. I just want to let you know, thank you ever so much for everything that you do in the paranormal, how much you've helped me, not only me, but others as well. And I just want to say thank you. Give something a little bit back to you. Hope you like your birthday present. There's many others that wish you many happy returns. You give so much to everybody that we wanted to give something back to you, and just let you know that we support you, we love you loads, and well recognised for everything that you do in the field. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Bye.
Hello.
I am absolutely blown away. I'm literally speechless. Thanks, guys. That's the nicest thing that anybody's ever done.
Happy birthday, hon.
Thank you, and thank you to all of you. That was just amazing. I've actually got tears in my eyes.
Oh. I do too.
that was awesome, guys.
Amazing.
I would never have thought you'd have done that.
There you go.
I'm just literally like, I didn't actually realise I had that many friends.
Yeah, you've got a lot more than that, believe me. A lot more.
I'm just amazed that it's like, you know, you guys are just amazing. That's just literally made me speechless. I've got no comeback. I've normally got something to come back with. I've got nothing. Well,
like I said, hon, you know, you've helped so many people over the years that you've been doing this. Not only me, but many others. A lot of people don't know who. You put so much out there on your channel. You know, you help educate others that are coming into the field, and it was time to give something back to you. You don't ask for anything in return, but we wanted to give something back.
I'm speechless, Sarah. I don't know what to say. I'm just literally like, I'm just gobsmacked. That was just the best thing ever. It really was. I got no words. I don't know what to say.
We've made Glenn speechless, guys. Speechless.
I've got no words. Honestly, I haven't.
Well, I've got to thank Mags as well. She helped me reach out to people as well. And
thanks, Mags.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, from the bottom of my heart. That was just amazing. It really, and you don't know actually how much it means to me. It means a lot.
I do.
That's the best pickup I've had for a very long time.
I can't stop smiling now.
You get back.
I know.
I can't believe you did that.
Sneaky, innit?
I've got no words. There's nothing I can add apart from just I love you guys and thank you.
You're more than welcome.
You're all amazing.
Even everybody in the chat at the moment as well.
Yeah, there's nothing I can add, guys. I've never. I've just blown away. I've just never expected that at all.
There you go.
That was the last thing I was ever expecting.
Well,
amazing.
Yep. All good things come to those.
Yeah.
You had yours well overdue.
I'm blown away. Honestly, I'm just literally blown away. I mean, I sat there and the smile on my face seeing all of you. It's like I've got a coat hanger in my mouth. I have no words. For me to have no words, you just amazed me, you just blow me away.
Believe me, guys, I talk to Glenn twice a day, and for Glenn not to have any words is an absolute miracle. If anything, it's hard to shut me up.
Thanks, guys. You're all amazing. You really are.
You're welcome.
You're amazing, Glenn.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're fabulous, Glenn. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. You're fabulous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Joanne. Truly, guys, I'm just amazed. I've never been dumbstruck like that. No one's ever done anything like that for me ever.
Aww.
There you go. Yeah. Why did you think I wanted to do the stream today? Why did you think I played dumb when Larry put up his video by mistake?
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, okay, Larry, it's not till Friday, but thank you very much, friend. And then it went down, and I thought, well, okay, Larry, thank you anyway. And then actually I saw Katie Hultay with a tiny little snippet on the front of a live stream she was doing the other day. I don't know whether that was by default or whatever. And I said to you earlier on today, oh, Katie and Steve Hultay and the cats, wish me happy birthday. I did actually write in the comment section, thank you.
Yeah.
But
I think Wes just summed it up there. You are a pillar in the paranormal community.
Oh, thanks, Wes, mate.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, look, you even got a visitor there.
And thank you, Sylvia, if you're going, sweetheart. Thank you very much. I've got no words. I've got no words. I thought, oh, it's only going to be like just a couple, you know. And then I'm thinking, I didn't realise I had that many friends. So
got a lot more, hun.
Yeah.
A lot more. Some didn't want to be on camera, but many, they've turned around and said to me, "Say happy birthday."
Yeah, you're all amazing.
And I wanted to do something special for you.
Thank you. That's the best birthday present I've ever had. Ever. Ever.
Yay.
Yay. We all went speechless. Take note, guys. 19th of July 2019. We made them speechless.
I was sitting, you know, I was just sitting there. I was like, I had such a big smile on my face, and I just felt the tears like welling up. I'm thinking, oh God.
You wait till afterwards. I'll probably get it in my ear roll.
Oh yeah, will you just? But thanks anyway. That's just amazing.
That's all right. You're very welcome.
And it was a surprise. Trust me, it was a surprise.
Do you know how hard it was to keep that a secret?
I can imagine.
Work in the background.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Very well put together.
Well, but not so much for me, but for Miss Potty Mouth.
Oh, Mags.
Yeah.
How did I know that, Mags? Yeah, you'll make up for it though, Mags. Trust me. God damn you! I thought this was a paranormal stream.
Nope. It was under the ruse of a paranormal stream.
Yeah, I wondered what you was when you said you're going to do something. I thought, what's she on with? Just amazed, guys. You know, I just literally have no words.
No, Mags, you didn't. That's terrible. I nearly let slip on the phone to Glenn the other day. I have no filter. Yeah, we know, Mag, you have no filter.
I'm speechless, guys.
There you go, my dear. The amount of times I've actually watched that video today alone, and every time I've watched it, I'm just sitting here like with this huge grin on my face.
Yeah, it's like I said, you know, it's almost as though I had a coat hanger in my mouth when I was watching that. I actually realised that I was just grinning from cheek to cheek. Amazed.
Well, there you go. And it's immortalised now on here. I know that the playback over YouTube was missing a few frames. But I have got it as a separate video on private on my private channel, so I can give you the link to that later and you can download it.
I will do. That's something to cherish, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely wonderful, guys. You're all fantastic. Love you all. Except Mags. No, Mags knows I love her to bits.
I know. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I
really don't know what to talk about now. That was just like the highlight, and it's just like a complete come down from that now.
I'm flustered now.
Oh, Glenn will annotate it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful, guys. Kirsty can't stop laughing in the chat, look.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, guys. You're all special.
You're very welcome, dear. Very welcome indeed.
You've absolutely blown me away.
How's Cheeky? Cheeky's fine, my dear. He's causing a ruckus behind me, the other side there.
So, are you going to carry on with the stream now, Zara, while I just go and blow my nose and wipe my eyes?
I actually think that you're a little bit unable to continue with this stream, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'll just sit here quietly and compose myself. But thanks, guys. That was really special. It really was.
You go and compose yourself.
Okay, I'll go and compose myself.
Go and compose yourself.
Thanks,
dear.
guys.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday.
Oh dear. I imagined a reaction, but not that reaction.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, thank you everybody. Yeah, thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Kathy, and everybody that's come and gone and still here in the chat and not here, and that's just watching. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart, helping me out with that. You don't know how much that actually means to me. It means a lot. Really does. More than any of you would actually realise.
Aww.
No. Yes. And he deserves it.
He does deserve it.
Yeah. I'll probably kick him up the backside later, but he deserves it. Oh dear. Oh, I am absolutely. I've got a complete mind blank now. I really have.
I have all day, Zara.
You have all day, have you, Kathy? Oh,
yeah, I've had a complete mind blank.
I've had a fantastic time being here. I'm really honoured to have been here and sharing in this moment for Glenn's birthday. Oh, it was lovely to be here as well. Yeah, I'm among friends.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all friends. We're all friends here, and everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
And this is actually the last time I will be able to use Google Hangouts as well. Because Google Hangouts goes from the 1st of August.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it'll either be occasionally StreamYard or sorting out my OBS and using something called Zoom. So, yeah. So it's actually it's quite a highlight to end Google Hangouts from the time that it's been around, using it on YouTube. It's I think that's a good way to go, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know how long Glenn's going to be. Give him about half an hour.
Oh.
Just give me 2 minutes while I make myself a coffee.
Yeah, Kirsty, Hangouts is going, darling. So if it's just for chatting, I think they've made Google Meet and Google Chat now public. But yeah, there's other alternatives and there's other things that may be up and coming. So, but when I find out, I'll try and let you lot all find out. And but yes, it's the end of it. First G Plus goes. Well, no, G Plus is still around, but it now comes under the G Suite, which is more for business and not for us mundane peeps. And yeah, and now Google Hangouts.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So crazy. Yeah, Jackie, pour a whiskey. I am really, it's not like me to be complete mind blank mind fart, but after that reaction, complete mind blank. Oh dear. What will happen to Google? God only knows, Stephen. I haven't got a clue. We just have to wait and see what's going to be happening the next, don't know, year, 2 years, 3 years, and see what's still around, what's there, if at all anything that does get replaced, which rumor has it nothing's going to be replaced.
Inside sources are saying that YouTube have nothing in development to continue live streaming after 2020. If they was going to do anything, they would be on it now. But all the top insiders, and this is what you got to look at face value is a lot of the 1 million+ sub people on YouTube are now all jumping ship to other alternate platforms. So, what YouTube need to do is a complete 180 and go back to how YouTube was in 2016. That's when YouTube was at its best. But right now they want to follow the corporate company policy by taking millions of dollars off businesses, for adverts, and unfortunately content creators aren't involved in that. They also are pushing MSN, which is mainstream media outlets such as like Fox, CNN, and so forth. Because they're all now catching up, whereas we're already there on the platform. The corporate businesses and the mainstream news networks are only just catching up, and they basically want the entire platform to themselves. So it's going to become more or less like a TV platform and less about content creators. Already they've kicked a lot of people off that are in direct competition. Somebody like, say, SticksX and Hammer, he can boot up his laptop and tell you the news, the truthful news, and he's getting more views than what Fox News is. And it's direct competition to these multi-billion-pound news networks. So, like, they're all being shunted off, like YouTube, and deplatformed and demonetized. So, all those are and have actually settled elsewhere, like on Minds, Gab, BitChute, and a good thing that is in the pipeline is BitChute, which I've actually been on for about a year and 5 months.
Yeah.
They are actually now announced that they are going to start live streaming. So it might be a good platform to go to.
Have they actually announced it now?
Yeah, they're definitely going to start live streaming in the future. So they also must know something that, with what YouTube's on with.
For sure.
That they've already taken away, Hangouts in 2 weeks, and they've changed the format around, and with them having nothing in the pipeline to create anything else for, streaming, so to speak. All the insiders and all the pointers say that, YouTube as a streaming platform for us anyway will just not be there by 2020 unless they actually start doing something now, which there's no plans that they're doing anything at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They've already stopped comments on certain channels. So what's the point in having a channel if you can't interact, with people that subscribe and support you?
That's true.
And if you stop the comment section, you just can't do that. It's a shame, really, but let's just hope YouTube wake up and don't continue to pander after corporate business, Silicon Valley.
Very true.
They're the ones that are doing the hit pieces on people to get them off the site. And it seems like YouTube are bending the knee to them. as well as the mainstream news networks.
Yeah.
You know, these are people that run multi-billion-pound industries. You know, and they've got the money to throw at YouTube. But what's going to happen when everybody just goes somewhere else? You know, it's okay taking millions in sponsorship for advertising now. You know, what's going to happen when everybody just walks away? You know, people say that it will never happen, but what you've got to look at is, you know, MSN and MySpace a few years ago. You know, as soon as like Facebook came along, you know, they went, you know, those platforms went dead overnight.
They did.
Because everybody just jumped ship, and that's basically what's happening now. There's, you know, tens of thousands of people each day moving to platforms like BitTube. So it might be worth actually setting up, for anybody that's not already on there, setting up, you know, an account on there, and it's really easy. And another good thing about it is you can link your YouTube channel to BitTube. So when you upload on YouTube, it automatically uploads on BitTube. You don't even have to go onto BitTube. It will just automatically load your uploads up onto BitTube.
That's true. But it's good if they're they're definitely introducing the live stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, even Kirsty's right there. Even Skype isn't as popular now. No, it's not. Everybody uses what? WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, all sorts of stuff.
You know, when the big guns are moving off YouTube, you know, okay, let's take the biggest one of all, PewDiePie. You know, he sat on YouTube for all those years, gaining, you know, millions of subscribers. YouTube never offered him a contract. You know, he's now moved over to Minds.com, is it? DTube Live. And he's now got a contract with DTube Live, and PewDiePie's now moved over to DTube Live.
No, it's not DTube. That DTube's different, hun. It's D Live.
Oh, sorry, D Live. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So even PewDiePie's gone. You know, while he can get away with streaming on, you know, and if you realise what's been happening, these corporate businesses have actually been doing hit pieces, you know, calling him a Nazi or, you know, this, that, and the other, just to like try and deplatform him to get him off because he's direct competition. Because people would rather watch him than these, you know, these mainstream channels that are going to start appearing on YouTube.
That's true.
They can't compete. You know, they're multi-billion-pound industries, but they just can't compete with a single man with a laptop because there's more people. You know, that's the internet for you. You know, there's more people watching people like, you know, the multi-million subscriber-based, channels, and they are watching TV as a whole, or even, you know, the news channels as a whole. Nobody goes to the TV anymore for the news. It's all on the internet.
That's true. I bet I don't. The only time my TV's on is if I'm streaming a film or something from my iPad or the tablet.
Yeah, I've not switched a TV on in like 25 years.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
I realised he was telling me lies.
That song, isn't it? Tell me lies.
Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah. Anyway, let me stir my coffee. I'm still gobsmacked at you guys, so.
No, I know. I think we're all a bit of on a we've gone through the high now, and now we're just
yeah
coming down from it. I think. But I think what I'm probably going to do with saying that is actually call it a night, because it's not far off midnight for me, and I have to stick to my sleep regimen. Otherwise, my bipolar goes haywire, and I shout and scream more than what I normally do at Glen. Poor sod.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. Me.
I do.
I get the full brunt of Zara's bipolar.
He does. Bless him.
I don't mind. I've got broad shoulders. I can put up with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, with saying that, I want to thank everybody that has been lurking in the chat, not in the chat anymore, for for participating in what is a very special stream this evening. I will actually go and rename it the way that I wanted to. But yeah, I hope that everybody's enjoyed themselves this evening. I want to thank, obviously, Glenn. I want to thank Kathy, and I want to also thank Joanne for coming on this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a shame that Ivan, get well soon, Ivan, if you are looking. I know he was going to go to bed. He came down ill. So take care, Ivan. But yeah, I don't know if you guys want to say bye to the guys in chat before I hit stop.
Yeah. Can I just ask a question?
Of course.
Who was that famous actress that was with Ivan?
I don't know. You don't ask Ivan.
I have to.
Yeah.
I didn't know either, and I was scared to say. I'm glad you asked that question.
You have to ask Ivan the next time you see him.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on this evening. It's been amazing. Loved it. Yeah, absolutely loved being here.
You're welcome, Joanne. Welcome back anytime. Once I've got a proper structure.
Thanks for having me, Zara.
Anytime, Kathy.
And happy birthday, Glenn.
Thank you. And again, thank you to everybody who participated in that video. I have no words. I still have no words. I'm just lost now. It just surprised me so much. I just really wasn't expecting that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so very much. It was absolutely beautiful.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And thank you to all the moderators.
Yep, exactly. And everybody.
Except Mags.
Now, come on. I think you can let her off just for one day, Glenn.
Hey, it's my birthday today. She's got to be kind to me.
She was.
I know. I thought there's something weird going off here. Mags is behaving herself.
And as Stephen's just said, and I agree with him, people do care, Glenn.
Yeah, I know. And thank you very much, Stephen.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody. As I say, I'm literally stunned.
I think with that, Glenn couldn't said it any better. I'm going to close out with what I normally say, and I'm going to add one extra thing on that this evening. So, as with every video, and as with every stream, stay truthful. Most importantly, stay honest, and make sure you make every single day count. So, until the next time, guys, take care. Love you loads. Mwah. And enjoy your weekend. Bye.